Hi guys, welcome to Storytime with VS. Today I'm going to be reading Penguins, Waddle This Way for hundreds of penguin facts and photos. So this book is super duper interesting and it's all about penguins. And you can see here there's a cute little penguin here, it's so cute. And this is a really long book, so I'm just going to be telling you guys some interesting facts about penguins and also the basic stuff about them. And our reading buddies for today are over here. So they're also going to be our judges of the book. However I read it, and you guys remember, you guys are the most importantest judges in my channel. Okay, now let's get reading. And the author is by Penelope, Arlon, and Tory Harris. Those are the authors, like the people who did the illustrating and the writing. One, what is a penguin? A penguin is a bird, but unlike most other birds, penguins cannot fly. Instead, they live mostly in the water. Penguins are excellent swimmers. So you can see here, of course, penguins are really great swimmers. And how they swim, they have like these fins that are like dolphins, and that's what makes them swim. And that's what also makes them great swimmers. And now I'm going to read 3 facts now. Penguins have feathers just like all birds. Penguin feathers are waterproof. So when they go into water, they will have like waterproof fur, like their feathers will be all waterproof. And then penguins' wings are like dolphin flippers, which are very good for swimming. Just like I said, they have like one of those dolphin flippers and they can swim so fast and they become great swimmers. Penguin chicks are hatched on land and are very fluffy. So you can see here there is a penguin, and look here. That is the cutest penguin I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, look at it. It's hugging its daddy. It's so cute. And of course, penguins, like, whenever baby chicks hatch, they are super fluffy. Like this one right here. And this is a king penguin. Because I can tell because it has like red and like orangish, yellowish colors, like that. Okay, so the next para that we're gonna be reading is titled More Penguins. The smallest penguin is only about knee high, and the biggest is as tall as a 7-year-old child. That already shocked me because, like, 7-year-old child, I thought that there's no other animal that's like a size of a child, any type of child, but a penguin can. And here are different types of penguins that I'm going to read to you here. Rockhopper penguin, Fiordland penguin, Snares penguin, yellow-eyed penguin, Adelaide penguin, African penguin, erect-crested penguin, chinstrap penguin. So these are all of the penguins here. To be honest, this one looks pretty weird to me. This one, cause look, it looks like it's kind of like a boss, like, cause it has like these type of like kingish thing that makes it more outstanding to look like a king. And so yeah, my favorite penguin here is the yellow-eyed penguin. Well, I know it looks weird, but it's creative. I like that type of penguin. here it says the emperor penguin is the biggest. It's the size of a 7-year-old child. That it said in the other page, and this is gonna be the best. So I'm gonna read you some more penguins that are here. Humboldt penguin, Magellanic penguin, Royal penguin, Macaroni penguin, Gentoo penguin, King penguin, Emperor penguin, and human being. So this royal penguin here, oh, this one is like my favorite type of penguin. Like the name of that penguin, it's my favorite. I love princesses, and royal means princesses. So yeah, here, royal penguin. And there's also king penguin here that we saw in the last page. And here is the emperor penguin that's the biggest as the 7-year-old child. Of course, this one's my favorite. Okay, so the next para that we're going to be reading is titled Baby Penguins. Favorite. Okay, here. Female penguins lay the eggs. Then the male or female sits on them for 30 to 60 days, depending on their species. The egg hatch into fluffy chicks. Oh, fluffy chicks. Whenever I see those chicks, I feel like squishing them in my arms. 2 eggs, 1 chick. Most penguins lay 2 eggs, but in almost every species, only 1 will hatch. Oh, that is so exciting, but that is actually true. Like in most penguins, like between like their species and stuff like that, only 1 will hatch. And oh, this is so cute. 1, hatching. The parents may take turns sitting on the eggs until 1 hatches. 2, bonding. The parents bond with the newborn chicks so they recognize each other. 3, first meals. Penguins have a throat pocket where food is stored for a chick's first meals. Feeding chicks. Chicks have fluffy baby feathers, so they can stay on land. Parents take turns bringing their chicks food from the sea. If the eggs are left alone, they may be eaten by a hungry predator. So, yeah, that's for reading, but before I explain that, I want to explain to you guys these 3 pictures over here. So, first it says baby feathers. So, obviously, all chicks are born with all fluffy feathers, and that's how they look like first. And then next, they start molting. So, like, their feathers start to come out, and then new feathers start to go in. Then 3 is waterproof. So whenever they become older and they get new feathers, their skin, their feathers become waterproof, and their parents' job is done. So their kids can go swimming now. They're chicks. And also here, I want to talk about these 3 pictures. So first hatching, you can see here, this cute little baby chick is hatching from the egg, and the parents will sit on the eggs until at least 1 egg hatches. And then bonding, so they have to recognize each other so that they know who is your, the chicks know that's your parent, that's your mom, that's your dad, those are your friends, those are your uncle, those are your nieces. So they have to know everybody in their family so that the chicks don't get lost. And then the 3rd one is called first meal. So this one is very interesting. So mostly parent penguins go out to get some food and stuff like that, and they have this secret pocket in their neck where they store the food for the baby chicks, and then whenever they come back with the food, the chicks' mouths open, and then the grown-ups, mom or dad, moms just spits all of those food into that baby chick's mouth and then it just eats. Because it's not already able to like go swimming and get their own food. Yeah, like you can see here, they're like you can see here that adult penguin is giving that food to that baby chick, and it's just spitting it out. That's it. So it's really easy for it to like give the food to them. So the next para that we're going to be reading is called Nesting. Time for chicks. Penguins often live for a long time, some for more than 20 years. They may start to have chicks from between about 3 to 8 years old. So that is correct. Whenever penguins become 3 to 8 years old, they have to start making their nest, whatever type of nests they make, and they have to start laying their eggs. But it does take a while to lay their eggs, so the penguins have to try their best to stay in the nest. If they're not at their nest, they can't give birth to their baby chicks. Stone nest. Chinstrap penguins make shallow, round nests out of pebbles. Both parents collect the pebbles. So chinstrap penguins, so this is like the type of like nest they make. So the parents first go and get the pebbles and they just lay it out in a circle and make a nest like that, and then they just sit on it until their chicks come out. And then grass nest. Yellow-eyed penguins find dips in the ground and line them with grass and twigs. So just like how normal birds make their nests, yellow-eyed penguins do the same thing. They just use twigs, grass, anything that they can find, and they make up a nest. And then, of course, the yellow-eyed penguin will lay their eggs in there. Burrow. Magellanic penguins make deep burrows under bushes or find holes in rocks near the coastline. So just like how rabbits have burrows, Magellanic penguins also make burrows. So like under bushes or somewhere close to the coastline and like that. And here you can see, these are like, this is the chinstrap penguin and their nest. This is the yellow-eyed penguin and their nest. And this is the Magellanic penguin and their nest here. So the next para that we're going to be reading is called Penguins on Land. Penguins look very funny when they are on land. They stand completely upright on their 2 feet, just like we do. Solid bones. Most birds have hollow, light bones so they can fly. Penguin bones are solid. This helps them swim but makes them slow on land. Penguins have sharp claws on their webbed feet to help grip ice and rocks. So here you can see all of the penguins, and for this one, this pair right here, so it's actually true that penguins have like solid bones, and like if they have like solid bones, they will kind of like walk funny, like waddle like how penguins do, and then like also they're gonna stand up straight. They're not gonna be like, they can't like move everywhere, but when they swim, they can like, because when they swim, they just do this. They just do that, and yeah, so like, yeah, they do have solid bones, and it definitely makes them slow on land. And also, like, whenever, like, you know, like in the Arctic where the penguins live, all of the snow is so slippery, and so their webbed feet help them grip them to the ice and the rocks because everything is gonna be slippery there. And sometimes they just like do like this belly slide, like how you do on slide. You like slide down like this, and like not like sitting up straight and normal slide. You just slide down like this. And the penguins can do that same thing because the ice is slippery and they can have fun like that. The next pair that we're going to be reading is called Penguins in the Sea. Holding their breath. Just like you and me, penguins can't breathe underwater. They have to hold their breath and swim to the surface to breathe. Emperor penguins can hold their breath for up to 30 minutes. And penguins look a little like ducks when they swim on the surface. So that's actually correct. Whenever they go underwater and they go all the way to the surface where they can breathe, they actually look like ducks. Trust me, guys. Like, because of their beaks, like this, and like the same, like ducks also have beaks like this, so they look like ducks. Their like head is this way and their beak is there. And only emperor penguins can hold their breath for 30 minutes. No other penguins like yellow-eyed, the royal penguins, they can't. They have to swim all the way down to the surface, and then they can breathe. But emperor penguins are lucky that they can hold their breath for 30 minutes because other penguins can, and they're gonna have to hold their breath as long as they can to get down to the surface. And I'm pretty sure it only takes a few minutes to get down, but the emperor penguins, they can hold it for 30 minutes. Yeah, that is super cool. So guys, so the next pair that we're going to be reading is called Penguin Feathers, but I'm just going to be explaining you guys this. So usually when penguins get too old, they actually molt, and molting means that penguin feathers come out and they grow back in. And yeah, you can see here it is it's weird. It's weird. Whenever I first saw this picture, I'm like, whoa, they must be losing a lot of feathers right now. But they also go underwater, and some of their feathers might be wet. So, yeah. But they're also waterproof, so only some. And here, there's a fact that I'm gonna read. Penguins have about 100 feathers per square inch. 100 feathers in a square that is only 1 inch. That is so many feathers. A square is super duper small, 1 inch square. So small. They must have thousands of feathers. Oiling feathers. Penguins have special glands near their tails that produce oil. They use their beaks to spread the oil all over their feathers to make them waterproof. So, yeah, so how we use the oil for our skin to make it waterproof, penguins use oil for their feathers to make them waterproof. So same for their skin. And here it says oil is made in penguins' bodies and emerges from this little hole by their tails. Yeah, they have a hole by their tail and oil is there, a lot of oil. And so yeah, but the strangest picture that I have seen here is of course this one. You can see here, it's all curly, they're curling their feathers. I don't like it. Okay, so the next para that we're going to be reading is called Galapagos Penguins. So you guys can see here, I'm going to read it. The Galapagos hawk grabs and eats baby penguins. A baby penguin is kind of small and kind of big at the same time, but this is like the hawk that you can see in that picture. I don't think it could eat that much big of a baby penguin, unless if it's big enough for it, like small enough for it to eat. Well, baby penguins are so small, so yeah. Sally Lightfoot Crab. The Sally Lightfoot crab likes penguin eggs for lunch. It will even take a small chick if a parent leaves it alone for too long. That is not good, guys. And also, I do not like this crab. This crab here. I like normal crabs. They're fine. They're all red. But I don't like this crab at all. And it eats baby penguin eggs and it eats baby chicks. That is not good. So the parents have to be more alert with their baby chicks, or sometimes they have to take them with them because predators are going to come. So that is not good, guys. And you can see here, this is the eagle that can eat the baby penguins. And this is a Galapagos penguin over here. And it has spots and everything. It's weird. Some of the penguins in this book are weird, but I like them. They're creative. Okay, so the last para that we're going to be reading is called All Grown Up. All grown up. As the weather gets slightly warmer in Antarctica, the ice melts and the emperor penguin breeding ground is nearer to the ocean. The chicks have only a short journey to the edge of the ice for their first plunge. The first plunge. After 9 months working together, the parents have completed their job. The chicks remain on land for several more weeks while they molt. When their adult feathers have grown in, they travel to the sea and can now feed themselves. So yeah, that is true. So like whenever all of their the parents penguins are all done, they're all done with their chicks, they raised them now and they can say goodbye to them. But the ice is melting in Antarctica, so they have to go more to the edge of the ice because that's where it's more colder. But the other penguins stay on land because they haven't been done molting yet, and so they have to stay there. And yeah, so after they raise their chicks, the chicks, well, I would say grown-ups could go now and get whatever food they need. And then whenever they turn 3 to 8 years old, they will have chicks. So yeah, and you can see here a whole group of penguins are here and Antarctica. The end. So this book is really cute and really entertaining because it shows us all of the penguins do eat, what they do for their chicks, and how they raise them. So that's why I really like this book, and it has the cutest photos in the world, penguin photos, like this one. And I hope you guys like this book. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Bye. Have a great day.